repeat the question. The question is, find the intercepts made by the line 2x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 on the coordinate axis. So the given equation is 2x minus 3y plus 12. This is the given equation. We want to find out the intercepts of the straight line. What do you mean by intercepts? Once again, just to refresh your memory, intercepts is distance of the origin from the point where the straight line intersects the x and the y axis. So suppose this is, if the straight line say looks something like this, if this straight line looks say something like this, then what are the x and the y intercepts? This is called my x intercept. Okay, and this distance is called my y intercept. Okay, so this is the concept of x and the y intercept. Now the question is that how to find out the x and the y intercepts. So now see, if you remember in class 9 I told you that two straight lines, how do you find out the point of intersection of two straight lines? You find out the point of intersection of two straight lines by solving the two equations, right? If you want to find out the point of intersection of two straight lines, you solve the equations simultaneously, and whatever value of x that you get will be the x coordinate of the point of intersection, and whatever value of y that you get, you will get the y coordinate of the point of intersection. Okay, so now see here, we know that the equation of the x-axis is what? Y is equal to 0. I told you in the beginning that the equation of the x-axis is y is equal to 0, and the equation of the y-axis is x is equal to 0. And if you see this point is what? Is the point of intersection of 2x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 and the x-axis. So therefore, if you solve these two equations, let us call this the point A, and if I call this the point B, solving 2x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, we get the point A. We get the point A, right? So let's solve these two equations. How to solve? Put y is equal to 0 in this. So we have 2x minus, put y is equal to 0 from this to this, 3 into 0 plus 12 is equal to 0. That means 2x is equal to minus 12. That means x is equal to minus 12 by 2. That means you're getting x coordinate as 6. What is the y coordinate? Y coordinate will be 0 because y is equal to 0. The point is on the x-axis. So therefore, what are the coordinates of A? Coordinates of A is minus 6 comma 0. Okay, because the y coordinate will be 0. This is the coordinates of A. Let's write the coordinates of A, minus 6 comma 0. So therefore, what is the x-intercept? X-intercept of 2x minus 3y plus 12 is how much? It is minus 6 units. Why is it minus 6 units? Because if you see this distance here, this is in fact we have got this as negative. Okay, uh, yes, we have got this as negative. So that means this line is actually not here. This line should be look something like this. I just drew a rough line. this line should look like this actually, so that you have minus 6 0 here. Okay, so therefore what is the x-intercept? X-intercept is minus 6 units. So x-intercept we write is minus 6 units. Now how to find out the y-intercept? This is your line 2x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0. How to find out the y-intercept? How to find out the y-intercept? What is the point B? The point B is the point of intersection of this straight line and the y-axis. What is the equation of the y-axis? X is equal to 0. So we'll solve this equation and this equation. These two equations we are going to solve to get the point B. So therefore, solving 2x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0, we get the point B. So we have how do you solve these two equations? Put x is equal to 0 here. 2 into 0 minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0. So you get minus 3y is equal to minus 12. That means you get y is equal to minus 12 by minus 3. So you get y is equal to 4. So therefore, what are the coordinates of B? What should be the x coordinate? X coordinate will be 0 because x is equal to 0. And you know that there is a point on the y axis. So x coordinate has to be 0. And what should be the y coordinate? What should be the y coordinate? Y coordinate should be 4. That's it. So that means we have got the coordinates of B as 0, 4. If the coordinates of this is 0, 4, that means this length here is your y-intercept, which is 4 units. In fact, plus 4 units. Again, my drawing was rough. That is why you have got, although it looks like it should be negative, but actually it is positive because my drawing is rough. I just drew a rough figure in order to explain to you the concept of intercept. So therefore, what is the y-intercept here? Y-intercept of 2x minus 3y plus 12 is plus 4 units. So that's it. That is how you find out the x and the y-intercepts. Okay, remember this technique because this technique is very important. Okay, now what you realize here is, again, I've mentioned this to you, but you will, I'm just recapping this for you. That see, since what is the x-intercept here? X-intercept we have found out to be minus 6 units. If x-intercept is minus 6 units, see that the point passes through minus 6, 0. The line passes through minus 6, 0. And since the y-intercept is 4 units, see that the straight line passes through 0, 4. So you must notice here, note that since the line 2x minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0 passes through, has x-intercept, has minus 6 units as its x-intercept, therefore it must pass through minus 6, 0. Also, since y-intercept is, how much is the y-intercept we have found out? Plus 4 units. Plus 4 units. Therefore, it must pass through 0, 4. Okay, so if it is given to you, instead of, in this question you were supposed to find out the intercepts, but suppose if the intercepts are not given, if intercepts are given to you, instead of finding out the intercept, suppose the intercepts are given to you, that this straight line makes an intercept of minus 6 unit, then automatically you must know that this line will always pass through minus 60. And if the y-intercept is given to you as 4 units, then you must automatically know that the straight line will pass through 0, 4. So that is what question number 18 was. Lot of things to learn from question number 18. We now do the next problem, which is number 19. The question states here, find the equation of the line passing through the points P51 and Q1 minus 1. Okay, so given line passes through P51 and Q1 minus 1. Okay, you need to find out the equation of the line passing through these 2 points. So which one will you use? Which standard form will you use? When you know that a straight line passes through 2 points, which standard form do you use? You use the 2-point form. The equation of the straight line is, right straight away, the equation of the straight line is, because that is the question. First question is find out the equation of the straight line. The equation of the straight line is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Okay, what is x1, y1? This is your x1, this is your y1. So x2, this is your y2. You can take in any order you want. You can take x1, y1 also as x2, y2, no problem. Just put the values. Y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Y minus 1 is equal to minus 2 by minus 4 into x minus 5. So you cancel these two and this cancels. So you get y minus 1 is equal to x minus 5 by 2. Now you can multiply, cross multiply, and you have to express the answer in general form. And take everything to one side. This becomes minus x plus 2y minus 2 plus 5 equal to 0. Means minus x plus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. That means you can take minus common. X minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the required equation of the straight line. And that completes the first part of the question only. The second part of the question states that hence show that the points P, Q, and R are collinear. Now this is the main question. If you remember in section formula, I had discussed collinearity. And I had told you that collinear points means all points must be on the same straight line, right? Collinear points means all points on the same straight line. And I had discussed collinearity in section formula. In fact, in class 9, I don't know, maybe I had discussed collinearity in class 9 also with the help of distance formula. But actually, both the formulas are, I feel that both the formulas are somewhat very weak in proving collinearity. The best way of proving collinearity is through straight lines. So let us see um, how do we prove collinearity. So hence show that the points P, Q and R are collinear. So given the point R, what is the coordinates of R? 11, 4. To show, I'm writing all this because you don't have your questions in front of you. Most of you must be in bed or just out of bed. P, phi 1, Q, 1 minus 1, and R, 11, 4 are collinear. You need to show that these 3 points are collinear. How do you show? Now you see, this is the technique of showing collinearity. You choose any 2 points. Okay. You choose any 2 points and find out the equation of the straight line. Suppose I choose the point P and R. You can choose, no problem. Or you can choose Q and R and find out the equation of the straight line with the help of your 2-point formula. 2-point standard equation of a straight line. Okay, 2-point form. You can choose PQ also. You can choose these two also. Any two you choose. Okay, and find out the equation of the straight line. But here, if you see above, I have already found out the equation of the straight line through P and Q. In the above, the first part of the question, I have already found out the equation. That is, equation of the straight line passing through P and Q. This is the equation of the straight line. So I have found out equation of I have chosen these two, and I have found out the equation of the straight line passing through these 2 points. So I'll write this down. The equation of the straight line through P and Q is x minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the straight line passing through P and Q. Now, if this straight line, let me just draw a rough figure here. Suppose you have this straight line, okay, and you have 2 points P, phi 1, and you have another point Q, 1 minus 1. Then the third point, if these 3 points are collinear, they must lie on this line only, right? If R is collinear with P and Q, then R must lie on the same straight line. That means R must lie on this. If P, Q, and R are collinear, then R 11, 4 must lie on x minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0, right? So let us check whether it lies. How do you check? You simply check by putting the coordinates in the equation and seeing whether it is satisfying the equation or not. Okay, so putting x is equal to 11 and y is equal to 4 in x minus 2y minus 3, we get only on the left hand side. Let's check whether we are getting 0. We get 11 minus 2 into 4 minus 3, which is equal to 11 minus 8 minus 3, which is equal to 11 minus 11, which is equal to 0. So we're getting 0. So this shows that This shows that R 11 4 satisfies x minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0. That is, R lies on x minus 2y minus 3 equal to 0. Hence, P, Q, and R are collinear. That's it. Any questions on this problem? Collinearity. Very important question. Collinearity. If not, then I can move on to number 20.
So please wait.
Wait. If you have missed, copy it from the video.
So last line, only last line, sir, please.
Apurva, your copy was incomplete. And very strangely, you are pretending as if, you're copying, you're doing so much. I saw your copy grossly incomplete. Just hold on. We have visitors. Okay, so we need to find 3 points are given. We need to find out the um, such a value of a that these 3 points are collinear. I have chosen these 2 points a and b, and I will find out the equation of the line passing through a and b. The equation of the straight line equation of the straight line passing through a and b. You can choose a and c also, no problem. Okay, so how will what is the equation of the straight line? Y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So consider this as your x1, this as your y1, this as your x2, this as your y2. So y minus y1 is 3, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Okay, so y minus 3 is equal to minus 2 by 2 minus a into x minus a. Okay, now see, it is up to you now to simplify this and bring it to the your the general form. Okay, you can bring it to general form, but I can work with this only. I've already got the equation. I've already got x and y. So this is your required equation, whether you write it in the general form or not. Okay, because we don't need the general form here. Okay, but when you are giving the ultimate answer, you will write it in general form. But this is not our ultimate answer because we have only chosen these 2 points here. Okay, we need to show that these 3 points are collinear. We have only chosen A and B. This is not our ultimate answer. That is why I am not writing this in the general form. If you want, you can write it in the general form and then proceed. Because whether you are using this form, whether you are using this form, or you bring it down to your general form, okay, or whether you bring it down to your general form, we'll still be using the same equation. And this will not be your ultimate. This is not going to be your ultimate answer. So we'll be starting from here only. Okay. So this is the equation of the straight line. Now see, this straight line, if these 3 points are collinear, C must pass through this above line. If A, B, and C are collinear, I'm not writing the coordinates of A and B, are collinear, then C must pass through above. C 5A must pass through the above line. Okay. If it passes through the above line, that must satisfy this. So putting x is equal to 5 and y is equal to a in the above equation, we get, so put x is equal to 5 and y is equal to a. So y is equal to a, I have put minus 3 is equal to minus 2 by 2 minus a, and put x is equal to 5 minus a. That's it. Now we simply need to solve this equation and get the value of a. Let's solve. Looks like you're going to get a quadratic. Cross multiply. So you have 2a minus a square minus 6 plus 3 is equal to minus 10 plus 2a. Okay, so this is, now if you simplify this, you get minus a square plus 5a minus 6 is equal to minus 10 plus 2a. Now bring everything to one side. Minus a square plus 5a minus 6. Okay. So minus a square plus 5a, and bringing 2a from the right hand side to the left hand side, and minus 10 from the left hand side to the from the right hand side to the left hand side. So getting minus a square plus 3a plus 4 is equal to 0. A square minus 3a minus 4 is equal to 0. That means a square minus 3a minus 4 is equal to 0. That means now you solve this quadratic. A square, by factorization we can solve, minus 4a plus a minus 4. That means a into a minus 4
मेरा अब्बू का लुंगी में
plus
केला
1
मिलेगा ए ए
a minus 4 into a plus, take 1 common, a minus 4. So a minus 4 into a plus 1 is equal to 0. That means either a is equal to 4 or a is equal to minus 1. So that's the solution for these two values of a. The 3 points will be collinear. So either a is equal to 4 or a is equal to minus 1. Both values are acceptable. Okay. So number 22 we shall do after this. Let me start number 22. I don't think I'll be able to finish, but let me just start. Number 22. ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram where A, the coordinates are given. So given ABCD is a parallelogram where A is XY, B is 5, 8, C is 4, 7, and D is 2 minus 4. These are the 4 points given. And ABCD is a parallelogram. Let us draw the parallelogram. So EXY, P 5, 8, C 4, 7, and D 2 minus 4. 4 points. Vertices of a parallelogram given to you. You need to find out the coordinates of E. That is, you need to find X and Y here. Now remember this kind of a problem. For this kind of a problem, we join the diagonals. We join the diagonals of the parallelogram. Call this as O as the point of intersection of the diagonals. Let O be the point of intersection of the diagonals of the diagonals. Now we shall use a property of parallelogram here, that the diagonals bisect each other. Now if the diagonals bisect each other, that means these two will be equal and these two will be equal. That means O here is the midpoint of BD as well as AC. Okay. So if O is the midpoint of BD and AC, let us find out the coordinates of O. So since O is the midpoint of BD, let us call it C instead of O. O normally we reserve for the origin. Let us call let's call this point P. So let P be the point of intersection. Since P is the midpoint of BD, therefore coordinates of P. What are the coordinates of P? Coordinates of P will be 2 plus 5 by 2 and minus 4 plus 8 by 2. So we're getting the coordinates of P as 7 by 2 and 8 minus 4 by 2 is simply 2. We've got the coordinates of P. We've got the coordinates of P as 7 by 2 comma 2. Now we shall use, in order to find X and Y, we'll use the fact that P is also the midpoint of AC. But that I will show you tomorrow because the time I'm already running out of time.